I want to draw your attention to something called behavioral psychology, which we use in developing our apps, websites, and everything around you. Behavioral psychology is used in something called UX, short for user experience. This field is based on many things, including behavioral psychology. So what's the story? Have you ever asked yourself why, when you open apps like Amazon or Noon or similar apps and want to buy something, your eyes immediately go to the shopping cart image? And why do you feel comfortable seeing the image of the metal shopping cart we use in supermarkets? This cart isn't just an aesthetic or iconic image that we've all come to know how to put on a website. No, it's a psychological trick we use to break down the fear barrier of technology. Humans are naturally afraid of the unknown. Our minds are always lazy. We don't want to exert effort to understand how this new thing works. So, as designers, we play on a place in the brain called mental models. Simply put, I borrow this shopping cart from real life and put it under the screen to tell your brain, don't worry, what you do in the supermarket is the same thing you'll do here. This reduces what's called causal load or mental effort on your brain and makes you make a purchase decision faster because you now understand what this tool does without explanation. If you need something, click here and it will do this. We understand now. Another example from real life. You know when you take a picture with your phone and it's not on silent mode? You'll notice that the camera makes a sound when it takes the picture. The thing is, the phone camera doesn't actually have a sound. It doesn't have a moving shutter or a shutter that opens and closes like old cameras. So why do companies design this sound for you? Psychologically, your brain won't believe that the picture was taken. The experience won't finish or be satisfied unless he hears this sound. This is called feedback from the real world. If we remove this sound, you will press the button and the picture will be taken, but you still won't feel it. So these companies trick your brain with a fake sound so that you feel comfortable and accomplished, because they mimic the reality you're already programmed for. For example, you know that movement people make 1,000 times a day when they're on social media and pull the screen down to refresh and see new posts? This movement isn't random. It's taken exactly from slot machines in casinos. In a casino, the player pulls the lever down and the reels keep spinning, and in the end, the result is a win or a loss. Designers stole this same psychological mechanism and the same physical movement to make you addicted. You pull the lever and wait for the spin to see if a new post you like, the prize that is, will appear. This is a cunning and ingenious use of psychology at the same time to link your hand movement to waiting for the reward. Finally, when you delete a file from your computer, you hear a sound like a piece of paper is crumbling, right? When the bin is emptied, you actually hear a squeaking sound. The computer doesn't do that. It doesn't have to. It simply changes a small piece of code, a 0 and a 1. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, paid a lot of money to a sound team led by a guy named Jim Reeks to record the sound of the paper crinkling so it would be very realistic and used in Apple computers. Why did they do that? To give you a psychological sense of relief. You won't be at ease knowing that a file, for example, that's important and confidential, is actually deleted unless your mind connects this process to a physical event it knows, throwing the paper in the trash. Without this sound, your experience is incomplete and your connection to the product is weaker.